everybody, this is Mrs. Toma. Um, Today, we're going to be focusing on subtraction word problems. I hope you watched my last video about addition word problems. We're pretty much going to do the same thing that we did in my last video, just with subtraction this time. So before we start practicing word problems, we're just going to go over some key words just to be aware of when going through word problems. So some words to be mindful of when reading through, especially for subtraction, are take away, decrease, less, minus, left, subtract, fewer, take, how many more, difference. So these are just some of the words that you'll see when reading through word problems. And when you see these words, that'll be a big hint for you to know that you'll need to subtract for the problem. So we will just go ahead and dive right in with practicing. All right, our first problem says, Cade had 87 marbles. Sorry about that. He gave 18 to Dylan and 6 to Sam. How many does he have left? So, I just want to go ahead and underline. We have how many and left. Those are just some key words just to be mindful of to know that, okay, I will need to subtract for this problem. So let's look at our numbers. We have 87, 18, and 6. So we started with 87. He gave 18 away, so gave, got rid of, so we're going to minus. So we're going to first subtract that. 87 minus 18. 7 minus 8 we can't do, so we will have to borrow. Becomes a 7. This becomes a 17. So 17 minus 8 is 9, and 7 minus 1 is 6. However, our answer is not 69 because it says he also gave 6 more to Sam. So we're going to do 69 minus 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. 6, we're not subtracting with anything, so we just bring that down. 63. So Cade has 63 marbles left. So you need to be careful when reading through these problems because they'll add extra steps or extra information just to trick you. All right, let's move on to the second one. It says the aquarium has 149 fish tanks. They gave away 18 to another aquarium. How many fish tanks does the aquarium have? So we have how many. So we have our two numbers, 149, and they gave away 18. So we're going to subtract those two numbers together. We have 149 minus 18. We have 9 minus 8 is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. 1 we're not subtracting with anything. We're just bringing that down. So our final answer is 131. So the aquarium now has 131 fish tanks. Right, let's move on to the next one. Alyssa has had 129 cookies. Ayana has 140 cookies and 34 crackers. How many more, that's another one, cookies does Ayana have than Alyssa? So we're looking for cookies. So Ayana has 140 and Alyssa has 129. Now, as you could see, they included 34 crackers in here. That's extra information that we don't need. We're only focusing on cookies. So that's why you have to be very careful when reading through these problems. So we are going to subtract 140 minus 129. We cannot do 0 minus 9, so we are going to borrow from our 4. That becomes a 3. This becomes a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So Ayana has 11 more cookies than Alyssa. All right, let's move on to the next one. Daniel had 54 noodles. He gave 12 noodles to William. How many noodles does Daniel have now? Okay, we have how many? So we're looking for noodles. So he has 54, and he gave away 12. So those are two numbers. So we are going to subtract. So 54 minus 12. 4 minus 2 is 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. Final answer is 42. So Daniel now has 42 noodles. And we have our last one. Haley had 25 meatballs and 6 potatoes on her plate. Kirsten stole 9 of her meatballs. How many meatballs does Haley now have? How many? So we're looking for meatballs only. So we have 25. She stole 9. Now we have also extra information in this word problem again with potatoes. We're not dealing with potatoes, so we're not going to use that number. That's just there. It's for extra information. So you need to be careful about reading so you don't get confused. So we are just subtracting 25 minus 9. We can't do 5 minus 9, so we borrow from the 2. That becomes a 1. This becomes a 15. 15 minus 9 is 6. 1, there's nothing to subtract, so we just bring that down, 1. So our answer is 16. So now Haley has 16 meatballs left. So this was just some practice of how we solve subtraction word problems. And just remember that these are just some of the key words to be mindful of when reading through problems. That'll be the biggest hint to know that you have to subtract. So we have take away, decrease, minus, less, take, left, fewer, subtract, how many more, and difference. So we need to remember that there are certain keywords for addition and certain keywords for subtraction.